So you've got yourself a fancy new camera capable of shooting 4K video. Except your final destination for your project is YouTube or Facebook, where majority of the people view it on mobile devices, most not even capable of displaying 4K. So, is it worth it to shoot 4K even when your project is set to HD? Stay tuned to find out why it is. Hey guys, what's up? This is Serge and welcome to my channel, where today we're going to take a look at top 5 reasons to shoot in 4K even when your project and final output is only HD. If you find this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and share with someone else who might like it. If you have a shot like mine, where the camera wasn't set up straight, or maybe the subject of your shot is in the middle of the frame instead of just off to the side like you want, having the extra resolution gives you the ability to scale in and reframe your shot while still retaining full HD resolution. In my case, I'll hit the transform button, and first use the rotation handle to straighten out my shot. Next, I'll use a scale slider to scale in on my shot to fill the entire frame, and reposition the clip to frame it just the way I want it. With 4K video in a 1080 timeline, you can scale your clip up to 200% while still retaining full HD resolution. Unless you're using a tripod, chances are there will be some minor bumps and shakes in your footage, especially if you have to move with the camera. Having the extra resolution available allows you to scale in on your clip as much as necessary in order to apply the stabilizer effect in post-production. In my example, I'll select the video and, in the inspector, check the Stabilization checkbox. Final Cut Pro analyzes my clip and counteracts the camera movements by moving the video clip in the opposite direction. Having the extra resolution allows me to scale in as much as necessary to fill a frame without giving up any video quality. And if there isn't too much camera movement in the shot, Final Cut Pro allows you to use the tripod mode to make it look as if the camera was on a tripod. Recording your clips in 4K allows you to add nice, smooth camera pans to your video. In my example, I have a still shot that can be a little bit boring. But because I have the extra video resolution, I can either use the transform tool or apply the Ken Burns effect. For my example, I'll use the Ken Burns effect to add a nice, smooth camera pan to my shot. I'll select and resize my start frame and my end frame and hit done. A nice smooth camera pan like this can be almost impossible to achieve without using specialized equipment. For one reason or another, sometimes it can be very hard, if not impossible, to get close enough to your subject. Without the need for a zoom lens for your camera, shooting in 4K allows you to zoom in up to 200% on your video while still retaining full HD resolution. To zoom in on your shot, you have a couple options. One is using the scale slider in the video inspector. Or, if you know you need to scale in as much as you can use a spatial conform parameter in the video inspector. For example, in my demo clip, I've already scaled in a little bit to stabilize my shot, so if I zoom in 200%, it may lose a little bit of resolution. But if I set the spatial conform parameter to none, Final Cut Pro will scale in on my clip as much as possible while still keeping the full 1920 by 1080 resolution. This next trick I learned by watching one of Abe Kislevitz's behind the scenes tutorial videos. This is a shot from one of GoPro's promo videos and appears to be a dolly shot that moves with the subjects in the video. Except there was no dolly. This was filmed with a GoPro camera shooting in 4K mounted to a ski pole stuck in the ground. Here's how it's done. This is our starting shot, and as you can see, the camera does not move. What I'll do first is trim off the start and end of my clip where the subject is close to the edges. Next, with the playhead at the start of the clip, I'll hit the transform button, scale in on my clip to 200%, and reposition it so my subject is in the middle of the screen. I'll set a keyframe here by hitting the keyframe button. Next, I'll move my playhead to the end of the clip and reposition my clip to keep the subject in the middle of the screen. Last, I'll right-click on each keyframe in the viewer and select Linear. So, as you can see, adding this cool effect makes it look like the camera is tracked on a dolly to move with my subject. I'll link Abe's tutorial video in the description where he goes a little bit more in depth into creating this look. Check it out, it's a really good video. So these were my top 5 reasons for shooting in 4K, even though most of my projects are exported as 1080p HD video. What do you think? Do these benefits outweigh the extra storage space needed for 4K video, or the longer render times? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. New videos released weekly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.